Good morning, everyone. Turn your left palm up. Right? Start at the tip of the finger, and the inner yin meridians of the arm are on the inside of the arm. The outer yang meridians are on the outside of the arm. When you want to bring energy into the body, you bring it in through the yin meridians. When you want energy to go out from the body, you go out the yang meridians. So you breathe in, circle the shoulder, and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And guys, excuse me just a second. I have to fix something on the computer here. Breathe in, circle your shoulder, turn your palm down, breathe out. Breathe in, circle the shoulder, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. All right? Turn your palm up when you breathe in. Turn your palm down when you breathe out. Breathe in the yin meridians, breathe out the yang meridians. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, so what you're doing is circulating qi through the yin and yang meridians of the arm, and that does a couple of things. One, it clears out all the old static, and second, it reinvigorates the arm. All right, and then the other side. Breathe in, breathe out. And good, right? And now we're gonna wake up all the acupuncture points that surround the neck, especially up on the shoulders here. I'm just gonna tap the stick on the shoulders. And the other side. And good. All right. Lee circles, front to back circles. Now, when you do any of these circles, don't just have your arms do them. All right? Don't just have your arms do it. It's your body that does it. All right? The whole body. The arms are just a little icing on the cake. I think we're going to have a teaching day today. You have something inside your trunk called the microcosmic orbit, and it's composed of at least 2 energy channels. The energy channel in the front of the body runs from the tip of your tongue down to the root of the tongue, and then down the front of the body to the crotch. That's called the Ren meridian, R-E-N. And there's another meridian that runs from your crotch all the way up your back, over the top of your head, and then down to the upper palate of the mouth. So when you touch your tongue to the upper palate of the mouth, you're completing the circuit. When you separate the tongue from the upper palate, you're breaking the circuit. It's just like a light switch. When you do these exercises, you activate that cycle. It's called the microcosmic cycle, or orbit. All right? So when you are doing Li circles, front to back circles, those are the energy channels you use. Up your back, over the top of your head, down your front, under your crotch. Up your back, over the top of your head, down your front, under the crotch. It's not your arms doing it. It's that cycle inside the body that's doing it. Now, one more thing today. When you see a big group of people in China doing Qigong together or Tai Chi together in a formal situation, they all look like they're synchronized. How do they get synchronized? One of the tricks is whenever you're coming up from the ground, you come up on your right leg. Whenever you go down toward the ground, you go down on your left leg. Up on your right leg, down on your left leg. So your lower body is also exercising. Right? Up on the right leg, down on the left leg. Up on the right leg, down on the left leg. All right? And turn the orbit inside your trunk. Now, everybody in your big group of 1,000 people is all coming up on the right and going down on the left. Everybody will be synchronized. And reverse. Now, up on the left, whether you go up and down on the right or the left is arbitrary. So your group leader is going to tell you what to do. But the important thing is that you do something so that your lower body is not just static. Right? Up on the left, down on the right. Up on the left, down on the right. We're going reverse now. Right? And the microcosmic orbit is reversing. Now it's coming up in the front, over the top of the head, down in the back, under the crotch, up in the front, down in the back. Up in the front, down in the back. So I've done this so many years, I don't even think about any of this stuff anymore. But you should do it because this is the real exercise. You can think of this in two ways. Paying attention to the stick and then working your muscles, right? That's a real Western way of doing it. I'm lifting weights, I'm doing this. That's all exterior. But we're not doing exterior exercises, we're doing interior exercises. Interior means you pay attention to the energy channels. All right? Your Dan Chen is flipping forward, flipping backward, and then the energy goes out into the channels and moves all the way out to the edges of the body. All right? So when you do Li circles, you use the Ren meridian and the Du meridian. All right? Let's do Ping circles. All right? This is easy. All right, your Dan Chen is going to be spinning like this, just like you're doing a hula hoop. All right? And then the energy channel you use is called the Daimai. It goes around the waist, all 360 degrees. Now watch my hands. Watch. I'm spinning the stick. The stick is also moving 360 degrees. And reverse. Okay. So the front of the body, up and down the front of the body, is the Renmai. Up and down the back of the body is the Dumai. Around the waist, right, is the Daimai, the belt meridian. And then the center, right at the front of the spine, is the Zhongmai, meaning the central channel. The Chinese word mai means channel. If you were to look it up in a Chinese dictionary, you would see channel. M-A-I. However, and if you look in books of Chinese acupuncture or Qigong, you'll see little lines, right? They'll draw this as a line. There's a line here, and there's a line in the back, and there's a line around the waist. And that might make you think, well, these channels are really thin, but they're not. The old Chinese word mai actually meant a tide, an ocean tide coming in an estuary and flooding the estuary. So those of you who live in California, think about the estuary for the bay there. It's huge. It goes the estuary goes all the way to Sacramento. It's a flood. So when you think about your waist, actually it's your whole trunk. It's a flood of energy that's going around. It's flood, right? And when you do this, it's not a little narrow channel. There's a center to it, and the center is important. But it's a flood up the front of the body and down the body. That's what you're actually exercising. Now, there's one more exercise, and that has to do with side-to-side movement. All right? Now, all the channels that we've talked about so far, all those 4 channels get activated in this. But that's not where the main energy comes from. The main energy is coming from the yang meridians and the yin meridians on the arms and legs, right? So the yang meridians lift, the yin meridians sink. And you can feel that in the legs too. And reverse. Right? It's those meridians that I'm exercising, and the dantian. The dantian is spinning like this. Okay, so the Li circles are front to back circles. The Shu circles are side to side circles. And the Ping circles are level circles. And it doesn't matter where they are in relationship to the center of your body, that holds all the way through everything. So if I'm making a little movement with my fingers like this, right? That's a Shu circle, a side-to-side circle. Boom, right? This is also a side-to-side circle. So they've got all three dimensions of space covered. And it begins with this. Let me get my ball here. All right, it begins in the dantian. All right, this is a cherry ball that a friend of mine made for me. All right, it begins in the dantian, right below the navel. If I want to do a forward circle like this, then this turns. This turns forward, forward, forward. If I want to reverse it, then it reverses, reverses, reverses. If I'm going side to side, then it's going to turn side to side, right? Turn this way, this way, this way, or this way, this way, this way. And if I'm doing a ping circle, a level circle, then it's going to turn this way. It's going to turn in a level manner. In other words, it's a universal ball. It's a universal joint. It'll move in any direction. That's why they say, one of the reasons they say, your mind and your chi are one thing. You have to develop the habit of moving your body with your mind. This is the other side of the mind. There are two sides to the same coin. All right? So right below the navel, including the navel, right? Boom. Now, when we do Li, Shu, and Ping circles, those are really pure. That's purely Li, right? It's purely Shu. It's purely Ping. But in real life, you usually don't get pure circles like that. Sometimes you do. But mostly they're hybrid circles. So they're a little bit this and they're a little bit that. When you do a circle like this, whoa, what is that? Well, one component of that is Li, right? It's a Li circle. But it's not purely Li. There's a few other things mixed in there. When you do Tai Chi, this is language they developed in Qigong and Tai Chi so that you could talk about, teachers could talk with students about what it is you're doing. When you're doing Tai Chi, All right, there was a whole bunch of circles there. That's one move. How do you talk about that? How do you understand what's going on? Well, you use exactly what we just talked about, right? First, you're going to do a shoe circle, side to side. Then you're going to do a ping circle. And then another ping circle, backward. And now a Lee circle. And now a double ping circle. And a ping circle and a Lee circle. Boom. So you have a way of analyzing what's going on, understanding what's going on, including what happens inside your own body. Because as you go through and you do this stuff, all right, first you're going to do a shoe circle. Then you're going to do a ping circle. Then you're going to do a ping circle back. Then you're going to do a Lee circle. It tells you what it is you're supposed to be doing. It's not doing it, but it's telling you what to do. All right. When we do these exercises, it's the same thing. All right. So suppose we go on to this exercise. What kind of circles are these? They're shoe circles. Almost pure shoe circles. 99.9%. And reverse, all right? Now, right, it's a shoe circle. It's a side-to-side circle. So this particular exercise takes a couple of weeks to kind of get what's going on. I'm not going to teach it today, but maybe tomorrow we'll go through and I'll analyze how to do this. What you're doing is moving from right under the chin all the way down to the crotch, all right? And reverse. Relax your arms. All right? Move your body. Okay, the next exercise is called pole, as in a pole, poling the boat. And I'm sure you've all seen old Chinese artwork where some guy is poling a long pirogue down the Yangtze River, right? And he's got a long pole, not a short one like us, but a long one. He sticks that long pole down into the mud and pushes the boat forward. And then he comes on the other side and he pushes the boat forward. And you may notice when he pushes the boat forward, all that energy is going down the stick into the mud. Something has to go the opposite direction. If it doesn't, he'll just collapse. So when he pushes down, he also pushes up to the top of his own head. Pushes up. All right? Pushes up. Pushes up and down at the same time. Push up. Push up. Push up. Push up. Now you can learn one of the other basic principles of Tai Chi and Qigong when you do this move. You have to keep something strong in the center. The energy channels are about movement, but you also have to have structural strength. So when you push down and push up, you better not do this. If your spine and trunk is just kind of waving around, you'll exhaust yourself very quickly. Instead, your central, your spine and your central energy column are like a tree trunk. Right? They're strong. They're not rigid. They'll bend in the wind, but they're strong. And reverse, block. This is straight out of the martial arts. Block, block, block. Shift your weight left, shift your weight right. Right? And kayaking. One of the other students who's not here today, Jill said this. I would say this is like canoeing, but she's no, it's more like kayaking. So we'll go kayaking, right? So imagine you're in a kayak and you're on some big lake up in Minnesota. Right? Put your paddle in the water and pull back with your hip. Now, put the other paddle in the water and pull back with your hip. Now your kayak is moving forward. It's the shifting the weight, right, left, turning your hip, right, left. That's what makes the paddle work. Oh, and then you look ahead and there's a big bear in the water and he's heading right for your kayak. So you got to back up, right? Push, 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 push. And good. Stretch. Stretch your back up. Oh. And good. Okay, you can put away your sticks. Okay, let's do shoulders. We're going to do shoulders and then wrists and then ankles. Everything that we just talked about with the stick, all those principles apply to every move. So if we're going to do shoulders, left foot forward, right? The shoulder rolls over and backwards. So this is a Lee circle with the shoulder. Over and backward. And I'm shifting my weight forward, shift my weight back, shift my weight forward, shift my weight back. Now, there's a couple of other things you need to get this exercise correct. First of all, one of the things you pay attention to in Tai Chi and Qigong is where your Qi is. Right? The Qi should be in the shoulder, not in the elbow or the wrist. So I'm going to demonstrate wrong. This is wrong. Oh, I'm using my elbow. No, just relax your elbow completely. Relax your elbow and your wrist. You're just moving your shoulder. Just your shoulder. The elbow and the wrist are totally passive, completely relaxed. Second thing, your shoulder, this is not your shoulder out here. Right? Your shoulder starts here, but it comes in all the way to the central column here. And that's what your collarbone is for, right? This is your shoulder. So when you go back, you're opening the whole upper quadrant of the chest. Close it, open it, close it, open it, close it, open it, close it. So you're pumping the Qi all the way through your shoulder, right? All the way from the center of the body out to the edge. Okay, now this is going to blow your mind. The circle that we're doing right now is a Lee circle, a front to back circle. So moving like this, frontward and backward. But the arm moves in two circles. Because watch my hand. That's a different circle. That's not a Lee circle. That's a ping circle, a level circle. So when you move your arm, you do two circles at once. It's 50% Lee and 50% ping, right? Turn it over, but turn it out. And then relax, and it comes forward, back of the hand, palm of the hand, back of the hand, palm of the hand. And you'll notice what happens when you open your hand like this. It opens your shoulder all the way and then closes it, opens it, closes it, opens it, closes it. Now, often when I do this exercise, I don't make a big deal about that, so you might not hardly even see it. But that's what you should be doing. Open it, close it, open it. Let me take my sweater off. I want to show you something. This comes out of the martial arts. Right? Somebody pushing on your shoulder, you can roll your shoulder back, right? And that will give you a few inches of space. But watch what happens. They're pushing on you, pushing on you, pushing on you, and then you release the shoulder. You do the ping circle. You turn your palm to them, and your shoulder unlocks. Pop. All right. So it's both circles, Li and Ping. And reverse. All right. Now you turn the back of the hand forward. All right. Elbow very passive. Just relax your elbow completely. Make your shoulder do the work. All right. Let's stand feet right next to each other, and we'll do alternates because you can see it better that way. All right? Open. 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 Shift your weight right. Shift your weight left. Shift your weight right. Shift your weight left. This takes a few weeks or a few months to get. Try not to lift your elbows. Just let them relax. Relax completely. Let your shoulders do the work. And reverse. Turn the back of the hand forward. So in the martial arts, if your enemy is standing right here, this far away, then you use your fist to punch him. But suppose he's not standing there. Suppose he's standing right here. Now you can't use your fist because there's no room. So you use your elbow. But suppose he's standing right next to you. You can't use your fist or your elbow. Then you use your shoulder. All right? Boom. All right? That's what you're practicing. Using the shoulder. These are shoulder strikes. And double. Relax your wrists. Relax your fingers. Relax your elbows. Just move your shoulders. And reverse. All right. Up on the right, down on the left. Don't let your mind wander off somewhere else when you're doing these exercises. This is about coordinating your mind with your energy flow. When you're doing these exercises with the shoulders, where does the energy come from? It comes from the bottom of the feet. You can feel it move all the way through your body. It's a huge flow. That's what you pay attention to. And reverse. All the way from the bottom of your feet. You can feel it. Good. This is why Qigong works. Because you're not just working your shoulder in isolation from the rest of your body. You're integrating the shoulder movement with the entire body. Every joint in the body is rolling at the same time. Your ankles, your knees, your hips, your shoulders, everything. Okay. Well, we don't have time for wrists or ankles, so let's just do our closing, all right? Doling. Doling. Whole body. Tap your feet on the ground, all right? Everything in your body is tapping. All right? And let's clear the chakras. You have 7 chakras up and down the spine. Crown chakra. Third eye. The throat. The heart. The dantian. The second chakra. And the root chakra. All right, let's touch the earth. And close your pores. Salute our masters, and salute your classmates. Thank you, everyone. Guys, have a great day. Tomorrow we'll just exercise. All right? Ciao.